Alright, let's do an oil change, engine oil change on this guy. Check it first. That's a nice thing about this thing too, you can check the oil without taking the hood up or anything. Okay. Now the drain is gonna be right here for it. Right here. It's got an actual hose right here. So I'll take it out like this and put it down by a pail, and pretty easy. I believe that's an Ariens part that they added to the Kohler engine. So I'm gonna go cut with it for a little bit and get it warmed up, and then bring it in and drop the oil. And it'll be nice getting this thing changed, getting it reset, so I don't have to keep staring at the oil, change oil now thing. Alright, I'm gonna give her a little bowl here. I'm gonna blow some of that stuff out of here. Okay, now we take it out of here. Now do we need to loosen it? I don't know if it's standard or metric. I'll let you know in a bit. I'll hold this and I'll turn the plug out. Actually, I'm gonna blow it off a little bit more yet. There, now look how clean it is. Better out cleaner. I think if I put it down here like this, it should come right into the pail like that. Alright, the plug I believe is 5/8. What do we got going on here? Thought it loosened up. Alright. I don't know if I cause this to leak here. It looks like it's a swivel. But anyway. I'll take the plug out here. And then there it comes. Look at that. It's probably gonna only hold like, I think it's 2 quarts. I'll put the crescent wrench on the hose like that, and it keeps it away. It's not going to walk away and let it drain. Alright, oil filter time. I'm thinking this pail will catch most of it. And it's got a fram on it, so I'm going to get that fram out of here. These frams are not my favorite. Oh, come on, behave. I should be able to get most of it. It should stay in the filter. So there's that. I'll let her drain a little bit more. Okay, it's actually really easy to clean this. Use a clean rag, obviously. Clean the outside surface. Your seal is going to be on here. Make sure there's no burrs or anything. I'm using an original oil or original Kohler filter, part 12050 01-S. Take a little bit of the new oil. Just dip your finger in the new quart. Put it around here. Just get a light coating on it. That's all you need. You can see it's still dripping here a little bit. But you're not going to get all the oil out. That ain't going to happen. I'm glad it's got a spin on. That's nice. You don't need to go super nuts with it. Just get it hand tight. because it'll tighten by itself to where when you take it off next time, you probably won't be able to get it by hand. That's when you use a wrench, but I just go hand tight and it ain't gonna come off or leak. It shouldn't. And just feel it under here after you get the oil in. Make sure it's not leaking. Alright, so she drained overnight. There should be plenty of time to drain. Okay, this is kind of like a compression fitting. So when I tighten this, it'll seal. So it won't matter if there's a little bit of oil around here. The part that swivels. Oh, son of a... In the oil it went. Oh, look it. Well, my hand won't rust. This time, I'm moving the pail. Okay. Gotta get this tight on here. Okay, I think that's good. Now we need the oil. I am using Royal Purple. I can't find. I'd like a 10W, 30 or 40, but I can't find it. I checked a couple different stores. Napa, nobody's got it. So I'm gonna run the 530. I got a 0W40, but for the winter one, I'd prefer like a 10. This is a little thinner, but I don't know. That's all I can really find. Look at this stuff in the neck. It came out of the neck here. That's like, I don't know, it occurs when you don't run the engine long enough to burn out the moisture from the oil. So, I'm thinking she could use a, definitely needed an oil change, I guess. Alright, I know it'll take 1 quart. Cool thing with this stuff is it's purple and you can see, you know, after like a year, it's still purple. Well, I don't think you've used it up. Wondering why it's getting harder to find the 10Ws. Maybe the, I know like more modern cars and newer ones like to run the 5Ws because of fuel economy. It should be recommended in the engines, but you gotta wonder if the government ain't pushing that too. Let's make it harder to find 10W oil. I don't know. It's like grape juice. The engine manual, I just looked online for it. It says it holds 1.9 quarts. I'm gonna put in 1.5 and then check it. Actually, I'll check it now. I don't know. I'm gonna run this all season and then I'll check it next season. If it's still purple, I'll run it again because it's pretty good oil. Probably too good for a lawnmower, but well, I plan on keeping this lawnmower for a while, so. I got about out here in the bottom. So I'm gonna put in some more. Plus I got the oil filter too, so I can actually go higher. Oil filter is probably gonna hold a fair amount. This stuff just pours right out. Runs good. Okay. We are right at the full line, right here. So we're at the top. We're actually probably gonna need a little bit more. I think I'm gonna run it first. Get the oil filter pump full, and then I'll check it again. I don't see any leaks on this, so I'll put it back in the little holder here. And that should be good. Let's check the oil filter side. Yeah, looks good. I'll check it again after it runs. All right, let's run her. Yeah, that should be good. I'll let her run down for a little bit. This is oil, service air filter. Now, 332 hours, and it's got a timer. So the hour meter is pre-programmed for initial oil change at 25 hours and for 100 hours thereafter. The hour meter is programmed for the initial hydraulic oil and filter change at 75 hours or 400 hours thereafter. So I gotta hold this to reset it. Hydraulic oil now. Air filter. I did. Change oil in 100, it says. Well, I'll keep playing around with the display until I get it to reset, because I gotta see if I gotta do each one or what. But you just hold the button down and it's supposed to reset it. So let's check the oil now. It's probably gonna be low because of the oil filter being pumped full. So we're right here. So I'm gonna put a little bit more in. I like to put them right at the top of the fill of the, like the max. Check it again here. Yeah, needs a little bit yet. You don't want to overfill it either, because that's not good for it either. Because then you got to deal with, if you go too full, it'll start smoking. I did a push more that had too much in it, and people think, oh, if I put more oil in and just fill it up, oh, it'll take longer for the oil to deteriorate. Well, in theory, I guess it's a good concept, I guess, but it doesn't work because the oil is liquid, it doesn't compress, and it'll start working its way up through your rings and getting into your combustion chamber, and it's absolutely perfect. It's right on the top line, exactly where I want it. So this is done. One more time, I'll check this. I don't see anything on my finger. And check under here. Looks good. And if you see a spot, oil spot under where it's parked, that's no good either. I do gotta get a new air filter or fuel filter yet for it, and then I gotta do the hydraulic oil yet. You can see there's 2 tanks. Each one's separate on these. I think some of the newer Toros, there's a line that goes between with 1 reservoir. This one's got 2 reservoirs. So each one's separate. So for now, I'm gonna call it good. Mosquitoes are coming out like nuts.